Hello, my friends. It's Miss Tanya. We're going to do another video for one of your other June packet projects. So make sure you have your June packet available, okay? And then inside you will see this sheet, okay? We're going to put together a sailboat, and we're going to be putting it on the back of this, on this blue paper. Okay, we're going to be making a sailboat craft today. So I hope you follow along and let's get started. Okay, so first what you're going to need for this project, you're going to need these papers, obviously. You're going to need some crayons. You're going to need, which are in your box, scissors, which are not in your box, and a glue stick, which is in your box, okay? So make sure you have all of these things because that's all you're going to need for this project, okay? So firstly, what you need to do is take and separate these two pieces of paper. You can ask your parent or sibling or somebody that's older. So now it's two pieces of paper, okay? Put the blue one aside for now. We'll use that later. And then on a nice hard surface, I'm going to use my clipboard here just because it's easier for me this way, okay? Now it's a nice, it's like my little desk. But what you're going to do is you're going to color and design this lovely sailboat, okay? This is going to be the actual boat, okay? This is going to go, this is the little rod in between that holds the flags, and then this is going to go on the top. It kind of like seals everything together, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to color your boat. Think of a color that you want your boat to be, okay? It can be anything you want it to be. Okay, imagination is the most important thing I want you guys to do, okay? My boat is going to be brown, okay? So I'm just going to color, so you can fast forward the coloring part if you want, okay? But I'm just going to kind of color a little quick, you know, and but I hope you do a fantastic job and you don't make a big mess, okay? But just so my video isn't a super long one, I'm just going to color really quickly, okay? So there, I color the bottom of my boat, and then I'm going to use the same color, and I'm going to color that stick thing that goes in between the same color, okay? Because it looks like wood to me, all right? So that's what I chose. And then for the top, I'm going to do like a little mixture. I'm going to do it yellow, okay? Just so it stands out a little bit, you know? Cool beans, right? I love it. Okay. All right. So I colored my little circle yellow because that's going to go on the top of this thing here. And then for the flag, you can color it all one color, or you can make stripes, or you can do different colors. But just so that it kind of stands out, I'm going to do, I'm going to make mine green and orange. Okay. So what I'll do is I'm just going to color one of these little sections. I'm going to just color it, and then I'm going to skip one, and then I'm going to do the next one. Okay? That's all I'm doing. I'm just skipping one, and then, you know, I hope you guys take your time and color. You can always pause the video or fast forward it if you want, but since I'm coloring as I go, I'm trying to do it quickly so that you guys can see, okay? So watch that I'm skipping every other one. So right now, what it looks like, it's orange, white, orange, white, orange, white, orange, okay? And then the same thing I have to do on the other side. So the bottom one was orange, so then the bottom one of this is going to be orange, okay? So make sure that it matches, okay? So that it looks the same. Okay? So again, I know you guys will do a much, much better job with your coloring than I am because I'm kind of going a little fast. Okay, so there's color one. Now I'm going to use my green for the second color, and I'm going to color it, all those that are white still, I'm going to color those green now. Okay. And it looks pretty cool. I like these colors. They're going to look so nice and they're going to stand out. But any colors that you want. If you wanted a pink and purple, or you want red and yellow, whatever you want it to be. I, for one, am staying away from the color blue only because the paper background that I chose is a blue. So I didn't want it to be the same. I didn't want anything to blend in, so I wanted everything to be a little bit different. Okay, but that's how quickly I colored it, and it looks pretty awesome. So the next thing you're going to do, my friends, if you look around each piece, you see all these dotted lines. That's kind of our guide for you to cut around, okay? So you can take it and very carefully, I want you to cut on those dotted lines. If you need help, that is okay. You can always ask your parent for help. But I really would like for you guys to be practicing your cutting because it's very important because we do a lot of cutting in school. So it's good to practice that technique, okay? So when you're done, the pieces kind of look like this. They have a little border around it. If you want to cut it exactly on the around, and you can do that too, but that's okay. However you choose to do it is perfectly fine, okay? So quickly, we're just cutting around. I'm cutting all those dotted lines to show you what yours would be looking like, okay? And if I skip a little or I miss a little and I cut it a little differently, that is okay, okay? Because it's art. Art is supposed to be whatever you make it, okay? I want you to remember that. It's never ugly, and it doesn't have to look the same as mine, okay? I want it to look like yours. And I always tell you when we do art projects in class and you guys get upset, I say, don't worry about it. It looks beautiful because it's yours, okay? So we're going to go, and I'm almost done. I've got this last piece. Be sure that you don't leave a big mess with any of these things. Make sure you color. Make sure you throw your trash away, okay? That's most important to do. Okay, so I am now done. I cut all my pieces out. Got my little trash bag over here to the side. I'm throwing away. Okay, so now that I have all my pieces, I'm going to be taking my blue paper, okay, and I have it in front of me. The first part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my little bottom of my boat. And I'm going to just kind of place it because it's kind of one of those things where it's a little tall. But do you see how tall it gets? See that? Then I still need to put, so it's always a good thing to start a little, don't ever glue right away, but always place your items on your paper to see how tall it's going to be, okay? Like on this one here, I'm just kind of looking to make sure that it's going to be in a good spot. And then, oh, I have plenty of room. See how that goes up here? Okay, so now that it's on the bottom, it looks cool. You can even scoot it up just a bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue it. So I've got my glue stick. Okay, my friends, we don't need to open it that tall. Look how tall it is. We just need to open it a little bit. That's all. Because you don't want to press too hard either, okay? So we'll just gently color, glue the back of our sailboat. And don't push too hard because you don't need that much glue, okay? So take it and gently put it kind of in the middle, okay? And if it's a little to the side, that's okay. Mine ended up a little bit to the side, okay? So there's mine. All right, it's a little bit to the side, but that's okay. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little stick for the middle. And the same thing, I'm going to be putting glue on that. Not that much, but just one time. I went one time down the middle, okay? And then I'm going to kind of glue it like right in the middle of my sailboat. Okay? So now it's in the middle. See? All right. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my two triangles. Now the important thing about these triangles is, do you see if I hold them like this, there's a big space in the middle for my face. But if I do it this way, there's really not a big space in the middle. So, and then the straight sides, there's a straight side and then there's just kind of a diagonal side, okay? So make sure your two triangles, if you do this, it makes one big triangle, okay? If you put these two together, it does not make a big triangle, okay? So make sure you hold them like this, and then you're going to look, and you're going to be putting them in here, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm just going to take one, and then my straight side, I have to look, does it go here, or is it going to go here? I want the straight side to touch the stick in the middle, so the straight side is going to actually go on this side, okay? So when I put my glue on, the one thing I need to know is that the top of my triangle is going to be at the top of my stick, okay? And there's going to be like a little space at the bottom. Do you see? Okay, so let's go ahead and glue that one. Looks pretty cool. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other one. I'm going to glue the other one, okay? All right. And then my little circle that I colored earlier, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there. And then I'm going to put it right at the top of my, and there's our sailboat. Awesome job, my friends. All right, so now that our sailboat is done, we need to fill in our line up here. Now, this is going to be a different answer for all of you, okay? Some of you are going to write one thing, and then the others, you're just going to follow along, okay? So right now, if you are in TK, you're going to be putting in, right here, kindergarten, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be writing these words on a paper so that you have them and you know how to spell them, okay? So let me write them down for you. You're going to write kindergarten. So I'm just going to put, if you are in TK, you write kindergarten. If you're in kindergarten, you're going to first grade. And if you're in first grade, you're going to write second grade. And if you're in second grade, you're going to write third grade. All right. So I'm going to leave this here for you, my friends. So again, if you are in TK, you're going to write kindergarten on our line up here. So your sailboat's going to say sailing into kindergarten. And then same goes for my kindergarten friends. If you are in kindergarten, you're going to write first grade on that line. So you're going to say sailing into first grade. And then my first graders, you're going to say second grade, and you're going to be saying you're sailing into second grade. And then my second graders, you're going to be sailing into third grade, okay? So here's where you can pause the video so you have it and you can write them down totally fine, okay? Now, if you want, you are more than welcome to stop here. If you want to add more detail, because I know some of you, my friends, love to add your detail, you can do a couple of things, and I'm going to show you. So one thing you can do is, like in the corner, you can draw a sunshine. All right? You can color it in and make it look super awesome, okay? But because it's a blue paper, you might want to make it a little dark, okay? But there's my sunshine. If you want, you can draw some clouds to show that it's a nice, beautiful day. You can fill them in if you want. You don't have to, but if you want to, totally up to you, okay? I'm going to put a couple of clouds in the sky. All right? So I put a couple of clouds in the sky. Kind of hard to see, but there's one. And then up higher was number 2, okay? And then if you want, sailboats usually go on water, as far as I know. So you could just make a couple of waves. You can even go in between your sailboat and show that it's on the water, okay? And then if you want, you can take that and you can draw a couple of fish in that little patch of water. Okay, you can draw a fish. You can draw an octopus if you want. My octopus does not look like an octopus, but that's okay. You can draw more octopus, or fish, whatever you want to draw. Or you can draw a jellyfish. And you know what? Everyone's picture could look different. If you don't, that's okay. But here's my simple sailing into the next grade. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next video. Bye!